Hey guys, so we're back again for another stocks by request session here in my second channel where we analyze, give you principles, strategies using technical analysis on how you can trade the markets with confidence. So for this video, I want to talk about telco stocks. I want to drill in, talk about share bits and pieces that could help you trade the markets also with confidence. So by the way, if you're new to this channel, my name is Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I've been investing in the market for over a decade now. So, if you want to know more about investing in the market, I have two channels. This is my second channel, Stock Investing Made Easy, and I have another one. I'll put the link in the description. It's called Marvin Germo, where I have over 1,600 videos about technicals, fundamentals, and the basics of the market. So if you want to know more about that, like, share, subscribe, and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing, about trading, and about the markets. So over the past hours and over the past days, a lot of you have been asking about telco stocks from Dito to PLDT and Globe. And because I normally talk about four stocks, I'll also talk about a US stock for those of you who have been following this channel and want US stocks as well. And you know the whole goal of this, no, the way you analyze technical analysis, you can use it for both Philippine and US stocks. But I want to share something. Haluan natin ng konting PE ratios for all of this before I begin. So the four companies that I'd like to talk about is PLDT, Globe, Dito, and also AT&T. So as you all know, AT&T is a US stock. What's so interesting about AT&T is, of course, its market cap is massively bigger than the Philippine companies, but its dividend yield is 6.93% at its current price, and its PE ratio is 18.34 times. So let's see versus PLDT versus Dito versus Globe, who's actually cheaper right here, right now. So for PLDT, across the board, no, I'm just comparing everything from Bloomberg so that at least the PE ratio that we're using is the same across the board. So here's the thing. Dividend yield for PLDT is 5.25%, so it's lower than AT&T, but its PE ratio is 14.12, relatively cheaper than what we have for AT&T. Now let's look at Globe. Globe, the stock price, by the way, I should mention the stock price. The stock price of PLDT is 1448. It went up 3.43% today, which is massively higher than where it was a couple of days ago. And I'm going to show you how the chart is responding to it. So Globe is 2,110. Its PE ratio based on that price is 13.3. Dividend yield is 4.71%. So please do note that the dividend yield for both PLDT and Globe have slightly gone down already because dividend yield is predominantly predicated also on the stock price. If the stock price is higher, the dividend yields would also go down. Lastly, let's look at Dito. Dito is up 4.69%, close today at 3.35 pesos per share. It's it does not have any dividends yet. As you all know, they really haven't started to operate in terms of them commercially being viable. And for their PE ratio, it's 57.24. So in terms of PLDT, Globe, and PLDT, Globe, and Dito, PE ratio of Dito 57.24, PE ratio of Globe 13.3, and PE ratio of PLDT is at 14.12 times. So the cheapest among the three right now is Globe, then followed by PLDT, then followed by Dito. As for AT&T, it's at 18.34 times. Now let's look at the charts. Comment below if you're excited. Comment below if you like this format, no, on this channel, that it's just raw and it's just me pushing and sharing as much data to all of you guys as possible. So by the way, kailangan ko pala paanda rin yung ticker na send in your questions now. So guys, if you have any questions, just put them down, send it down, and I'm gonna try to make new videos off of that. And then if you guys have any new stocks that you guys want me to analyze for all of you, put it in the comment section. I forgot to mention this. This is my first channel, Marvin Germo. And if you guys want to grab a copy of my books, they're all available via Shopee, 5 books about the basics, fundamentals, and technicals of the market. So let's begin, guys. Send in your questions. Now, I want to talk about the PSEI first before I show you the charts of PLDT, Dito, AT&T, and Globe. For the market, nothing has changed. We're still in a downtrend. We still really haven't uh, reversed from any of those things. But from a shorter term perspective, if you'd like allow me to just put a resistance here and put a support here and put another line here. This is the current range for where the market could probably traverse. So the market closed slightly in the green today, but it's still below our range. It's still, in all intents and purposes, breaking down. Now let's look at AT&T first. For AT&T, this is how it looks like. What's so interesting about AT&T is it's starting now to push higher also from this perspective. But if you are very, very strict in the way you draw your trend lines, it's quite evident that somewhere around here, the upward push also got broken. Now, I like to put a resistance here for all of you. So AT&T has a resistance at the 30.5 level, and it's starting to create also a support that's starting to increase and push up. So support levels, very, very thin support levels for AT&T is 29.45. That's where it currently is right now. And your resistance is at the 30.56 level. So it's clear, short term, AT&T bounced off of this 29.45. But as what I've mentioned, it's trying, if it goes back tomorrow or tonight na pala for US markets, if it pushes higher and goes above this level, then there's a chance that it could bounce from this upward trending line, then it will try to break past this resistance at the 30.56 level. So that being said, please remember current support 29.45. If it continues its upward move, then it goes inside the uptrend. Target price 30.96, breaks past that. Your next possible area where it could go is at the 32.66 level for the short term. So as you notice it, the same way I analyze technical analysis for US markets is the same way you could analyze also technical analysis for Philippine stocks, because the tools, the techniques for analyzing technicals is the same wherever you are. And by the way, for those who are asking, so how can I invest in US stocks? I'll put a link in the description. You could use eToro. It's a broker that allows you to use it via CFD, but also buy the real asset for only 50 US dollars. So if you're looking at it here, AT&T has a stock price of 30 plus US dollars. You can buy what they call fractional shares and buy more shares of the stock, especially for some US stocks that are above $1,000, $2,000. You can start buying them for 50 US dollars. So link is in the description below. So now I want to talk about Globe naman. So let's look at Globe Telecoms. So for Globe, from a technical analysis standpoint, allow me to zoom out a bit so you have context. Very, very clear that there is a resistance here that Globe needs to break out from if it wants to push up, if it wants to go higher, if it wants to have a semblance of having a larger push up. So if you look at it, Globe has never gone above that level in its entire history, or at least for the history where I have plotted the charts from, which is more than 12 years already. So that being said, allow me to plot this for all of you guys. This was a downward push for Globe from May 2020 when it hit the resistance all the way to August 4. Right after that downward push, it was strong enough to make Globe hit and go below the support level of to go to the support level of 1970, but bounce off of that. That being said, right now Globe was protected today because there was a 20-day moving average protecting it there. So from a short-term perspective, the way I'd analyze Globe is basically this: if it pushes up again because of the bounce from the 20-day moving average, chances are Globe will try to retest this resistance at the 2170 level. Failure to break that is we may see Globe hover 2085 short-term support, then 2171 short-term resistance. Failure to break the 2171 resistance, we may just see Globe oscillate from 2171 to 2085. So possible progression may be this. If it fails to break this, gaganyan lang siya. Or later on, if it does not hold that level, then it goes back here. Or 2171 breakout from the 271 level may bring the stock much, much higher to the 2260 to 2265 level. So please take note of this. Current support for Globe is 2085, 2085. Lower support, if it does not hold, is 1970. Next resistance is at that 2171 level. Then, if you go higher, your next resistance for Globe is at 2267 level for the stock. Generally speaking, after the breakout that happened last April, Globe has been in a 4-month sideways progression already. So, there, for those who attended our Stock Smart sessions, you know the technique when a stock is basically sideways. The goal when a stock is sideways is just to trade, massively push and massively trade, and do as much as you can so that you can utilize and you can trade it with confidence. So there, put in your questions below. If you guys are learning, comment I'm learning. Let's look at PLDT now. So PLDT is exciting. It's a bit interesting because if you look at it, it's out. I mentioned this already in my deep dive that I did for my first channel for PLDT. PLDT has legitly gone out of the downtrend. PLDT is massively reversing, and a part of that reversal, part of that push up, and part of that great move up uptrend by PLDT, it's very clear that it has reversed. And what's interesting about that, it had to take the pandemic, the lockdown, to cause it to reverse from the downtrend. So from the reversal point, from it also hitting the lows of the pandemic, the stock is now up around 77% already. And from a short term perspective, if you allow me to put a resistance here, PLDT broke past the 1361 resistance level. So that being said, now we just discussed this. But by the way, guys, I did a uh, Zoom Stock Smart session just over the weekend for some people who attended Stock Smarts Manila, and I said, if you're watching this, no, for the guys who attended our Stock Smart session over the weekend, uh, this is another example of an ascending triangle. I hope you remember the lessons pa from Saturday and Sunday. But this is, if there, I said this during the session, that if there's one chart pattern that I follow and use, it's a triangles, both ascending, descending triangle, and symmetrical triangle. So this is an example of an ascending triangle. We pretty much see it break past the 1360 level. So the next possible target price for PLDT, it's under the context, no, that it stays above the 1360 level, is it will try to attack the 1404 level. So if you'll allow me to zoom back in here, you already see that it broke past that already. So the next possible area that it could attack and try to hit is the 1457 level, and then the next one is the 1538 level. So it's very interesting to see how this stay at home stocks, these companies that are highly connected to data, are the ones that are crushing it, are the ones that are doing well, and are the ones that are massively making money. And here's the thing. I mentioned this in my other video where I compared the US markets to the Philippine markets. One of the differences between Philippine markets and the US markets is we don't have any tech stocks. And the proxy that we have for tech stocks right now are both PLDT and Globe. So if you look at it, uh, resistance 1456. If we continue to see a move up here, possible area there could be some selling, that there could be some retracement is at the 1456 level. Please do note, no, at this point in time, the if I remember properly, let me cross check. The dividends of PLDT at its current price right now is 5.25. It's still higher than the dividends of what Globe is giving. So even though PLDT has gone up, the dividends that you will get from it is much better already than what you could possibly get still for Globe. So please remember, if the breakout will continue, 1456 resistance level. Let me just check the closing. No? Closing price for PLDT is 1448. So it's very near already. So that being said, should there be selling for PLDT here? It's quite acceptable already because it's quite close to the resistance. But if you are a position trader, there's still no sell signal yet kasi kaka-reverse nga lang niya. And that's what's so interesting, and that's why I love technicals, because it's so clear from the charts that you could see when stocks are reversing from downtrends into uptrends. And this is a good example of a stock that has massively gone out from it. So please remember, over the next few days, if PLDT stock would drop, it's because of the resistance at the 1456 level. But if bulls will still be in control, a breakout from 1456 will bring it to 1537. And a breakout from 1537, you can reference this as well, will bring it to 1592. And then suddenly, it has a shot to attack the highs of June 2017 at 1686. So those are the possible resistance levels for PLDT, but in no means, if you look at it very well, it still has a lot of resistances that it needs to break out from if it wants to continue and push and uh, go much higher from where it was before. Now, let's look at Dito. Comment below, by the way, guys, if you guys are learning and if this is something that's massively helping you and giving you as much info as possible. Because again, that's all I wanted. That's the reason why we create daily videos, and that's why we have one video each per channel, because I want you guys to learn. I want you guys to get as much ideologies as possible and how you can trade and win in the markets. So before I continue with my analysis with Dito, a lot of you guys have been asking about the YouTube community. I also have a YouTube community. It's in my first channel. I'll put the link in the description below. And for those who want to support me, I started a Patreon account also. We put a lot of posts there that we don't normally put in YouTube. So for those who want to join my community, either YouTube or Patreon, join us there. Be part of that growing number of Filipinos trading the markets with confidence. So lastly, I want to talk about Dito. If you look at Dito, it's very clear that Dito has a resistance here. Then you have also a another support level here. This used to be. Please remember, for those who read the books and attended the seminars, previous resistance becomes the new support, previous support becomes the new resistance. But it's very clear as of now, the resistance for Dito is at the 3.89 level. Then you also have a support here at the 3 peso level. It broke down from that, and Dito got protected by the 2.47, 2.5 support. Then a few days after hitting the support, it started to bounce, broke past the 20-day moving average, broke past the 3 peso level. So now today, Dito dropped in, it gapped up from the closing. So let's analyze this very well. Yesterday, Dito opened at 3.15, closed at 3.12. Today, based on current disclosures of how their franchise will be and how it will, the tenure of it for the next few years, Dito gapped up and opened at 3.47. Selling pressure brought it down to 3.35. So this is the current range where Dito is at, 3 pesos, 3.89. The thing about that is if selling pressure would continue, I think it could continue and go back to 3 pesos per share. But if it's still in the midst of the bounce still, even the 20-day moving average is still relatively bullish. So if it continues its upward path, it could go to around the 3.89 level. So from where it was, from where it closed, we have a 14.6% upside. From where it closed also, the downside is around 9.5%. For those who would pick it up from a bounce of 3.03 and sell it at around 3.89, you have around a 28.8% swing. And just to connect this also, this is how it looks. It's developing its own uh, lows that are increasing. But for me, if it wants to really solidify itself and create an upward push, it must break past the 3.9 level. So if there's a couple of things that we've seen that are clear for Dito, is this particular downward push got broken, it's finished, and it's very clear that we have a support at the 2.5 level. So it's now interesting to see if this entire sideways motion will really be intact, that it could possibly go to the 3.9 level. So there, I want to know your input on this. I want to know if you think Dito will hit the resistance, you think PLDT will continue to push up, or Globe is your bet that it will continue to go higher. Or if you want to trade US markets, do you like AT&T more? So comment below, what do you want, AT&T, Globe, PLDT, or Dito? Which among this four do you like? And for interaction naman, if you'll rank them, in what do you like more, AT&T, PLDT, Globe, or Dito? So there, if you guys have more stocks by request, put them in the comment section and we're gonna analyze it. We're gonna double down on it. We're gonna discuss it either in the next video, or if I can directly answer it as well, I'll answer it also in the comment section. But if you have a very personal question, slide a DM on my Instagram account, and we're gonna try to make videos for you to be able to help you, to be able to give you as much value as possible. Because at the end of the day, that's why we create videos. That's why I do videos on a daily basis. I want to give as much value to you guys as possible. So there, I hope you guys got a lot from this, and I hope that this is something that added so much value to you. Again, this is Marvin Germo. If you guys like this video, appreciate it if you can press a thumbs up. You can share this to all of your friends. And if you want more videos, go to my second channel, Marvin Germo. We have 1,600 plus videos there already for all of you. So there, that's it for now. If there's one thing that I like to share over and over, if you notice it, the way we do the charts, it's very methodical. No emotions, no hype, no speculation. You don't need to look around to be able to decide because everything you need to know is found in the charts. So, God bless you all. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.